Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Not Play Jaws Unleashed. I'm your host T and this is Jesse.
What's up?
And today we're gonna be talking about a little game we picked up called Jaws Unleashed. We poked fun at it before, but now we're actually going to talk about it. So Jesse, any starting comments?
Well, it scarred me.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, the graphics are decent, but
Okay, you know what? Let's start with story. You are Jaws. There's a beach. There are people on the beach. I got about that far. I'm not exactly
okay.
sure
Well,
if it has a story.
no. The second mission of the game, you get captured and you're in SeaWorld, and the mission literally said, "Kill the scientist.
No,
take
it
his
didn't say
ID.
kill. It just said grab the scientist.
Take his ID card and bring it over to the machine so you can open the door."
Yeah, you want to
You're
explain?
Jaws.
You want to explain to me how a shark steals the CD key or what is it, a card key, and pulls the switch with it? Took us about 14 deaths and a couple hours. So, does the game have a story? No, not that we're aware of. None. We are on about the third chapter of the game, and we haven't much to say. The controls.
Just
Oh
broken.
wow.
There's
Actually, ugh. What do you want to even say about it?
Like,
you
again,
just-
remember AVGN puts it lightly, like the controls are ass, but they're kind of acid, so like you can't know until you play the game, you know?
You look at Jaws swim around and you're like, then you think about it when you have the controller in your hand. How do I swim a shark and eat people with a PS2 controller? Well, I'll tell you, you don't. You swim the shark and you figure out as you go. Because I don't know what the hell shark vision is, but it's gotten me killed about 18 times. So-
Man. Wait, you're putting that video on, right?
What video? No.
Killer whale?
Okay,
Oh,
alright.
I want you to put it on because, okay, if we're doing that video right now, we're fighting that killer whale, and he's kicking our ass. I mean, just look at him.
So I decided to, at the end of the Sea World section of the game, you manage to break out and somehow end up in the killer whale tank. And that would be the first boss of the game, the killer whale fight. There's about... I decided, hey, let's record it, maybe I'll get some strange boss coverage for it. Well, I'll tell you what happened. After being killed about 4 times, going online and looking up a guide, we then found out that there was a very specific way to beat this killer whale. After watching him kill me in an animation, we are then glitched through the end of the level, and we win somehow after the killer whale just bit Jaws in half.
No,
After
you
we
mean Jaws
watched,
bit the killer whale in half by taking a small chunk out of his side, and like after that, he appears back on the beach in the ocean somehow.
cleaving this killer whale in half. It's almost too much to describe for words. The gameplay is kind of a mix between a flight simulator and
A bad flight simulator.
a bad flight simulator and I don't know. Help me. And
That's the worst part.
it's like a biological flight simulator. You fly a plane shark into people, eating them.
Too bad
and
he doesn't even eat them. He like just chews on them for a while, then spits them back out.
I've been killed so many times because you have to eat to gain health. I'm like, Jaws, eat the person. And he's gnawing on them. No, eat the person. I'm wailing on the attack button. Eat the friggin' person. You've been killed by a stingray. I'm a great white shark.
It
kills
what was I gonna
me.
say? What was I gonna say? Yeah, the worst part is that IGN gave this game 7.4.
They saw something in the game I'm afraid I didn't.
I'm just gonna say they gave that a better score than Kirby's Air Ride, Sonic Adventure 2 Battles, you know, all these other
Prototype.
games. Prototype even. Well, Prototype got 1 point higher, but Prototype's a way better than the game does. AVP got 7, right? Aliens vs Predator. That's a really fun game,
Yeah.
right? But it got 4 points less than this.
Is
Like,
there a reason for this?
maybe the review said, "Oh, it's just fun, just to screw around as Jaws and meet people."
I haven't quite gotten to that point yet. Maybe there is a point when I don't know, I can swim, and maybe I can figure out what the hell is going on, and when a group of 4 piranhas wastes me because I'm not exactly sure they're
Wait, what was
actually
your last
there.
mission you were doing? Weren't you like trying to take an explosive barrel and put it in a pipe?
All
to
right,
destroy a refinery?
hold on. So this mission calls for Jaws to break an electric fence that they have underwater. It would probably kill. I didn't even think about that until now, but it probably
Yeah.
would have killed all the plant or the sea creatures. as well as the divers who are in the water at the time sitting next to it. You break this electric fence with your mouth, and then you eat some teenagers, which causes some ruckus at a refinery, which then decide to kill you by pouring toxic goo into the water. From what I gather from these cutscenes of very little talking, they then tell me, actually they don't tell me, they just say destroy the refinery. I spent about 4 lives, 20 minutes trying to figure out how to do this. Turns out you need to bite the depth charge, take it over to the refinery that's like pipe that's outside of the water and 10 feet above it. Hawk a loogie of a satchel charge into the pipe and destroy it. Needless to say,
isn't there like a giant photon cannon shooting at you?
There's a photon cannon shooting at me, yes. Oh boy. Needless to say, we did not enjoy our Jaws Unleashed playthrough.
Yeah.
I have every intention of playing through
you're probably
it.
about like a third of the way through the game.
I believe so. I'm only 2 hours in. One of those hours, which involves me dying in a scuba tank, while trying to eat
think about the
a dude.
license plates and tin cans and the
Oh,
human
that's
skeletons?
another thing. We'll get to that. The game seems to feature quite a bit of exploration and experience. I didn't know Jaws needed experience in killing things, but apparently he does. To body bomb. Yes, to gain experience in the game, one needs to eat license plates, not people or animals, license plates, as well as tin cans, human skeletons.
Well, actually, the tin cans unlock a scene from Jaws.
Oh, I apologize. How could I ever forget that?
I wanted to unlock that.
Needless to say, I paid $4 for Jaws Unleashed. $3 actually. I bought it from an out-of-business video store. And I said to myself,
a drink or two and have a better time. I'm just saying.
This is going to be kind of a short Let's Not Play, because I don't think we need a second part to explain our feelings on this
Dude,
game.
it's 15 minutes anyway.
Oh, goodness. What do we have left?
Yeah, we already got the license plate. We got the killer whale boss. We got the stupid new mission. We're on the ID card.
Any hopes for the future of the colossal squid?
What?
There was bosses, more
bosses.
Yeah.
Remember there's penguins in the game. It said on the thing where like those are in the Arctic and it's like polar bear. Well, no, Antarctica is the penguins and like polar bears in the Arctic. And I'm like, we're in the by SeaWorld, you know?
We're in California. The game doesn't make a. Oh.
You gotta have like wasn't there like yeah, there's blue whales in the game too, apparently.
Blue whales, dogs,
Dude,
starfish.
All that blue whale's gotta do is just put his tongue on your back and it would crush you with its sheer weight of its two-tongued tongue, you know?
Can I point out, too, that I don't believe that Jaws has the means to kill a blue whale. I don't believe Jaws has the means to
kill a killer whale.
Buddy, I bit the bottom of a boat and it exploded. What did I bite? What did I bite? Would they have nitroglycerin in the bottom of it? Because I don't think that's wise.
I was gonna say though, that school of dolphins would have raped you in real life.
They raped me in the game.
Yeah, that was true, but I'm just saying, you know.
Oh boy. Needless to say, I think the game it's kind of a cool concept.
It's a cool concept, but if it was done by a better developer, it would have been a good game, you know.
Absolutely. I think it's something we.
It's actually mostly the controls and the stupidness of it that kind of break it. I mean, the stupidness of it is fine, but mostly the controls.
What?
Mostly the controls that break the game.
All right, I guess I did the controls. Okay, the controls again. If you like flying underwater, that's fine. The controls do break a lot of it. It's not fluid. There is a charge button which lets you boost forward, like move quicker, and there's a tail whip button which does what it implies. The catch is the tail whip is supposed to be your primary attack other than biting, which I never use because maybe that's why I'm not doing well, but the problem with the tail whip is it's hard to hit with because you have to get close to these creatures or monsters or whatever you happen to be fighting, and you have to round yourself around and hit them. The control is too complicated with no explanation as to how to work it. You're swimming blind and praying that you find the target that you're actually looking for. I mean, I'm sorry, they have a lock-on system. It doesn't work. The average lock-on system goes on that the game actually assists you in targeting something. If you lock on in a game where you're shooting a missile, the missile's probably going to arc towards that person. If you're locking onto an enemy in a game, if you lock on in a Metroid game, Samus stares at that person and allows you to get an easier shot on him. When you lock on in Jaws Unleashed, you do no such thing. You just highlight the enemy with a red pale glow, which I can't tell apart from the rest of the sea creatures, and you can then bite them, which I do anyway.
Even easier without it.
Even easier without it. It does not work, and I do not approve. This game does not get T's thumbs up of approval. It does not get it on my shelf. I've played a lot of
It is on your shelf, though.
It's on my shelf, but I have a lot of stupid games on my shelf. It doesn't matter. My point is, I've played a lot of really, really bad games. I mean, really, really bad games. I've played a lot of obscure games. That's part of the reason why we're playing
You
these.
beat Underground 1? I'm just kidding.
Okay, I didn't play that. I didn't touch that. We'll get to that in racing games, but Jaws Unleashed was one of the hardest things I've ever had to stomach. I'm not done yet, and I do have every intention of finishing it. I'll probably put a few videos up of my playthrough. Not of me. I'm not doing a let's play. That's for goodness sake. That's for sure. But
let's play Jaws Unleashed. I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate this game.
I'll probably throw up a strange boss video. Maybe when I get to the colossal squid or a blue whale.
Yeah,
whatever may be a boss in the rest of the game. So help me, if the last boss is a dude in a diver suit, I'm tossing it out the window. Ugh. Anything you'd like to add, Jesse?
No.
No?
Not
Nothing?
really. I don't think the final boss will be that. And what would he use? The photon cannon times 2?
I hate this game. Well, that about sums up my opinion of Jaws Unleashed. Unless you have anything else you'd like to comment on.
No.
Good. Alright.
Touch the dead? I'm sorry.
So that concludes this short Let's Not Play segment. And I'm your host, T. This is my co-host, Jesse.
What's up?
And join us next time for Let's Not Play Modern Warfare 2. Thank you. Good night.
Warfare 2!